It's the most wonderful time of year, and what better way to celebrate than with a little holiday painting session. Today we're painting 3 festive icons to get into the Christmas spirit: a cozy Christmas tree, a classic Santa hat, and a cheerful stack of wrapped presents. Perfect for creating holiday cards, decorations, or just getting into the festive mood. I'll show you how to paint them with simple steps so anyone can paint along. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned artist, grab your paints and brushes, warm cup of cocoa, and let's make some holiday magic. We're starting with the classic Christmas tree. For this I'll be using watercolors, but feel free to use any medium you love. I've chosen a mix of deep greens, vibrant red, and a pop of yellow for the top. I started with a straight line down the middle. It gives me the middle base to work off of, and then I'm sketching out some really loose, simple leaves. This is just go with the flow. It's easy and it's simple. Make it feel natural and just feel free with it. It's all about being imperfect when you're painting with trees. So I'm using the round brush, a number 2. I've started out with a light green wash, and I'm going to build up the darker tones to create depth. Dab your brush in short, quick strokes to mimic the texture of pine needles. Leave little gaps in the layers to let the background peek through. This gives the tree a more realistic and airy look. I'm going to put the base of the tree in this little brown pot, and I'm going to sketch in a little bit of blue for that pop. Adding in the middle stalk now just to join the top to the bottom, and this beautiful golden star. I'm just using yellow for this. Very, very simple and easy. After that, we're going to add in some ornaments, the pop of red, and I'm just going to put these baubles in, and they're simple and they're easy. Later on, I'm going to add a little bit of dimension to these. I also thought that I would go in with a little bit more dimension into the center now that things have dried up a little bit, and I'm just going to add in those darker tones to give it some more dimension. The star gets a little bit of shadow with some orange all on one side. And now for the red, same side as the shadow of the star, I'm just going in with a little bit of darker tone here too, giving those baubles some dimension. As you notice, I also left some of the white to peek through, and that's it. A beautiful Christmas tree, easy and simple. For now, for the next one. And now for a stack of wrapped presents. This one is all about bold colors and fun patterns. It's really simple and easy. It's all about squares and rectangles. So if they're uneven, the uneven edges can make them look even more charming. So for the base color on this top present, I'm using a really nice dark green. And I'm just going to go in dark at the sides and pull it out with some clean water. This just gives it the dimension that I'm looking for, tapping in a little bit of a more saturated tone there, and that's pretty much it. The next present is a cute little red one. I'm going to do the same thing by going in dark at the edges and then just pulling the colors together, leaving the white spaces in between, but spreading out that color a little bit. So I've got darker edges and a more lighter tone towards the middle, leaving the white of the page to show through. The bottom present is simple stripes. It's not even going to get some edges, it's just going to get those stripes. So going horizontal first and then vertical. And I'm just going to pretty much leave it like that. And now for the ribbon at the top. going in with the dark red just to tie it all together. Very simple, loose shapes, and it's just fun and playful. Very simple, just dragging those edges out and keeping it loose and stylized. And then just a little bit more dimension there in the bottom. I thought it looked a bit too plain, so I just wanted to jazz it up a little bit. And that's pretty much it. And now for a beautiful Santa hat. I feel like the Santa hat is an iconic symbol of Christmas. So I'm just going to go in very simply, the same thing with the edges, leaving some lighter tones in between. And it's a triangle shape with a little drop at the side. And it's just fluffy. It's simple and easy. I want it to look soft and cozy. So subtle highlights with a mix of red and then leaving those lighter shades in between. I will darken up the corners a little bit later, but you'll see how I do that. So these are just a few easy steps and just letting the paint flow. As we all know, there is no white in watercolor. So for this little fluffy brim hat piece and the pom-pom on the end, I used a paint gray. And I just darkened up the edges and then kept it light. So this gives me the shadows that I need, but it's still sort of white. And then darkening up the deeper tones of the hat, I'm going in with that same dark tone with a little bit of red added so it blends. So it's basically a red and a Payne's gray. And then I'm just going to give it those shadows for the texture and the dimension. So he has all the creases in that hat, adding the shadows and the dimension. It ended up a little bit darker than what I thought it would be, but I kind of love it. It adds so much drama to the painting, more than I expected. I thought about rubbing it lighter, but then I thought it'll dry a little bit lighter anyway, so let's just leave it at that, and it turned out pretty cool. And then just for that last little bit, I just wanted to outline this fluffy bit a little bit more, just to also give that a little bit dimension. Not too much, but just enough. And it completes the piece beautifully. Everything has a space and time, and it's wonderful. I love it.